Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report, and today we will be talking about my takeaways from the 49ers vs. Titans preseason game yesterday, along with Vita Vea. There's a new update on Vita Vea's for the 49ers. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the players who did stand out, as it shows here. There were a lot of young talent in this team, which is good to see that, and it'll be very good to see for the 49ers. Last year, not many teams poached the 49ers roster after the 53 roster cut. This year will be a different story. This team is deep with plenty of promising young talent. As Stribling was very good, especially in that diving catch. I love what Stribling has done so far. He was one of the players and highlights of what he is, and I think he can be that really good player in replacing of Juwan Jennings, which is why that's why I said that he would be like Juwan Jennings and Debo in my draft thing, because he's physical, he can make contested catches, he has big hands, long arms, like he's just the perfect player for as that Juwan Jennings guy. I think this performance against Titans, he's done very well. Especially some of them were starters of the cornerback. Some of them were starters in that Titans defense, and that is just so impressive that he's done so good. I can't wait to see what he does in the next game against the Chargers. It's good. I think he's done a fantastic job. I think he's gonna do very great for this team, and I hope he does very good in the next game. And his chemistry with Kurtis Rourke and him making those contested catches, I really love that last one where he was about to enter into the end zone, where he just stiffed on the player and then just fought it for the first down. That's Juwan Jennings type I like to see. That's Juwan Jennings there. And I can't wait to see what he does in the next game. Next up is Ephesians Prysock, as his coverage grades were so good. 28 coverage snaps, 6 targets, 2 catches allowed, 19 yards allowed, 1 pass breakup, 1 forced incompletion, 43.1 passer rating, and 66 coverage grade. Now that looked pretty good for the 49ers, especially for him, as he was able to break up this pass against Carnate, who was the number 4 pick in the first round. And that is so impressive, as you can see here. Breaking that pass up, like just how you could see how long his arms were when he was breaking that pass stuff. Like his arms was just so long, and he's just gonna be so good. Like his arms are just so long from that play, and he's gonna be very good player. I don't think he's gonna start, but now that Jack Jones is injured now that Nate Hobbs is injured, I think Jack Jones could come back. I think he'll come back from that hand injury. We'll see tomorrow for training camp. But as of right now, I think Ephesians Prysock, he has a chance to be that CB5 for the 49ers, as Nate Hobbs is injured. And we'll get into, they actually had some tryouts for the cornerbacks, which I will get later. But Ephesians Prysock, he really proved himself on how he became a good player. And he really took care of him, Carnell Tate, and I'm excited on what he's done. He was one of my favorite picks in the draft, and I can't wait to see what he does next in this game. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of picks, but I think he is going to be a good pass breaker, and I can't wait to see what he does. He'll get a lot of pass breakups, so I can't wait to see what he does. The next one is Jordan Watkins. Watkins didn't really do good. He started very well in the first game against the Denver Broncos, but after that he got injured, and ever since then he's just been deep into the depth chart and never played that much. But now he has been very good, as he got 58 yards last, and he's gotten open too. The Washington spot isn't guaranteed, so a strong preseason can only help. As you can see here, Watkins, he was doing very good on that catch. Very good arms. I can't wait to see what Watkins does. I think he has a chance to make it onto the roster. I think he's one of my locks, as DeMarcus Robinson's another lock on the team. But I think I think Watkins is going to be a lock here, because I feel like he's a very good player. He can get himself open. He's very fast. He's very speedy. He can get open in those deep routes. So I can't wait to. So I think he has a chance to make it to the roster, but only if he does good in preseason. Next is Tatum Bethune. Bethune is very good last season. He did have trouble with coverage, but he was a very good run stopper. He was able to get some. He was able to get some. He was able to get a sack on Will Levis and just bulldoze the running back over there. Like, I love that. I love that from Tatum Bethune. I like that from him on Will Levis. And I think he's very good. I think he'll have a very good role on special teams. He can also come in and switch around. He could possibly play Sam. I mean, that really is a wide open competition now that Nick Martin really didn't do good. So I can't wait to see what he's done. So maybe he can be Sam, but linebacker. But I don't know. I think he's best as a Mike linebacker. So far he's been doing very good right now. So I can't wait to see what he does for the team, and I think he's gonna have a big role for special teams. Sebastian Valdez was very good pass rushing from him, as you could see from right here from there. As he was very good in that pass rush. He was able to block that run, just pushing 73 with his power, with his strength. And Fred Warner just clapping on that. He liked that one, so I can't wait to see what Valdez has been very good lately. He's been doing very good. He's been doing well ever since he got into training camp of last season, or I think 2 years ago. And he's just been absolutely doing very good for the 49ers. I think he has a chance, but I think he might not get it this year because you have Halton, you have Collins. I mean, Collins did have a bad game of yesterday, but I think this was his first game coming back from that shoulder injury. So I don't think that's an. I think that's not. I don't think that's an excuse. I think he just needs to get back into shape. We'll see what he does in the next game, but I think he might not make it to the roster. But who knows? I mean, you never know. I mean, I think he does have a chance to make it to the roster, but with all the depth behind him after Osa and Alfred Collins, after the depth behind him, you have West, you have Halton, who was very impressive in his training camp, which I'll get to. Like, you have a lot. You have a lot of good players from that team on that defensive tackle room. You have James Thompson, you have Bryson Eason also, who did very good. So you have a lot of those good defensive tackles. So it's kind of going to be hard to pick that up, but he did a very good job in this training camp. Jaden Duggar looks very good. I'm excited on Jaden Duggar. He was a little skeptical because, in my view, because he was ranked my 35th linebacker in the room mostly because he could play right. It's just mostly because of the competition he had. He looks like a gem so far, as he was doing a very good job, especially in this tackle. I love this tackle by him of wrapping Cam Ward now. Like, I love what Jaden Duggar's done. He did way much better than Nick Martin did on triggering, because when you're a linebacker, you usually, when you see a quarterback or running back running, you track your eyes and then you wrap your arms and grab his hips and slam him onto the ground. That's what you usually do, and I love that as a linebacker. What I want from linebackers are they have a trigger and that they go get the linebacker and tackle them to the ground. And I also love them to play coverage also. So that's what I like to see from Jaden Duggar. He played some good coverage also, so he outperformed Nick Martin, and I think he's did a very good job, Jaden Duggar. He's going to be a very good player. He might have a chance to actually start now that Nick Martin, who didn't exactly do well on some run stuff, got some penalties also. And it's just disappointing. I really love what Nick Martin's done, and Jaden Duggar. I love what Nick Martin's done, but he just didn't do well in that game. I mean, unless he rebounds back in the next 2 games, then he has a chance. But after that, but in the first game, it's just a terrible way to start for him as a second-year player from last year. It's just a terrible way to start. But Jaden Duggar did a very good job, and I'm proud that he did very good for the 49ers. And then Stribling, again, just like this play from Stribling, I still love that play. And then you could see that he did very good.
It's a quick slant.
As you could see from Baldy.
he probably can catch that, but it's just a tough situation. Tough throw, tight coverage right there. Probably like to have another shot at that one. But I thought it was a good debut for Deshaun. You know, in the limited time that he played, looking for that big guy that can really add a spark to this passing offense. Niners got a little taste of the first pick of the draft, Deshaun Stribling right here, against Cordell Flock right here in the comeback. Looks like he catches everything with his hands. You watch him on this go route down here now. And this excellent job of adjusting to the ball. You can see the speed and then the adjustment to the ball right there. Great catch, gets both feet in bounds. All right, nice. Then you get this from the slot. 3rd down and 6. Right, the old speed out. I thought he stepped out of bounds there. Maybe he's ruled that way. Picked up the 1st down. Looks like
I'll play I liked.
I'll play I liked
from that one.
And then this one, this 3rd down right here from Rourke. I mean, it's a quick slant. It's not a perfect throw. It's behind him. He probably can catch that, but it's just a tough situation. Tough throw, tight coverage right there. Probably like to have another shot at that one. But I thought it was a good debut for Deshaun. You know, in the limited time that he played, looking for that big guy that can really add a spark to this passing offense.
So yeah, you could see that from Baldy. Like you could see that he's going to be that 3rd down guy for day or something, and I can't wait to see him being out there. It just makes too much sense for him to start because I love Demarcus Robinson, but I don't really like what he's done, and I think he's more of that bench role now that in his career now. I mean, he has a good relationship with Brock. He knows the playbook, but I think Stribling's just a better option. He's younger, he's stronger, he's more talented, and I think he's the better pick to start for the 49ers. And then the next player, Gracen Halton. He was balling from yesterday. He was doing very good. I was so impressed that he came back from that injury and then he started to do so good for the 49ers. He came back, he was starting to win some pass rush. He was getting hyper. He was getting energetic. And that's what he did in that game against the Titans. He got a sack against Cam Ward. Unfortunately, that penalty was declined, unfortunately, and it had to be drawn back. But you could just see that he is just hyper. He's a very good player. And you can get another more about him here.
He played half the snaps last night. He recognizes the choke block right here, plays over the top of it. It's off the block and makes a tackle. He was explosive right out of his shoes last night. You watch him right here, and here he goes. Like he sees the double, right? Now get off the block. Right? Don't refuse to stay blocked. And then be violent with the tackle. He showed up a lot last night. Here he is. Like, just explodes out of his stance. Like, here he comes. This is what you want to see. Like, you watch this move right here into the guard. Right? Recognize the play. Here he is. That's how you stop the run. Right? You refuse to stay blocked. One more play right here. From Gracen Halton. You just gotta love this right here. So, right? Finish the double team right here. Now don't stay blocked. Get off the block and get into the tackle. I thought Gracen Halton last night. After snaps, showed up. Showed out. OU DNA, baby.
And you could see that he was able to be. He's that guy that you could. He's gonna be that guy who's gonna be making pass breakups. He's gonna be the player who's gonna be getting double teams. He's gonna be getting off them, and it's just gonna be awesome to see him. It's awesome to see him doing so good. I was excited on this pick that we selected him. He was a solid pick for me, and he was my number 10 defensive tackle on my draft board. I think he's going to be a very talented player. I think he's awesome, and I think he's going to be able to get some pass rush. He's going to be that guy who you're going to have him on 3rd down, possibly, or even 2nd down on those pass rush when they're trying to pass the ball with the opposing team. And when you need a defensive tackle who's going to pass rush with also Diggy's Zula, I think Gracen Halton's that guy to take over. So I like what he did so far, and I think he's done very good. And here's some more plays from Gracen Halton. I think he's been very good. You can see him disengaging the blocks from the offensive lineman. You can see him being that pressure, having a lot of pressure on against him. Like you could see him just throwing the ball as soon as like he gets pressure, or when he's just like enters into when you like give a run to him, then he's gonna be doing that pass rush. But overall, Halton has been very good player, as it shows here that rookie Gracen Halton is bigger than the 49ers thought. He was then when drafting him in the 4th round out of Oklahoma. That's been an unexpected bonus for SF because they believe Halton may be able to stay on the field in more run situations than expected. We'll be interested to see how he holds up in run situations today. The first no gainer was a good rep. So I think he's been a very good player. I think he still needs to work it out a little, but I think he's gonna be okay for now, and I think he'll just be fine. Hopefully, they can be able to like help him in the run game. I didn't see that much, but the run game against the Titans and stopping him inside is a good start. I want to see him like doing it outside, like stop outside runs, HB stretches, HB tosses. Like I want to see a lot of that, mostly for Gracen Halton, and see how he reacts to that. And I want to see him do more pass rushes, get more sacks. So I want to see a lot of that. So I think Gracen Halton was the biggest highlight for the 49ers. As for some injury updates, Kurtis Rourke's rib injury was officially discharged from the hospital last night after dealing with shortness of breath following a TD drive. The team says he's doing okay. So that is good news, but it depends on how long it's going to be. And we'll see if he arrives tomorrow. He probably won't, but we'll see how he does, and hopefully he can at least get better. And hopefully we'll see how this goes for the 49ers. If he's not out there, then they'll probably try out quarterbacks probably either today or tomorrow. We'll have to see. So we'll have to see on that. As for Nick Bosa, who's currently week to week on tendonitis in his knee, said he's feeling solid. Solid in quotes. He noted that a 4-week cushion gives him time to ramp up for the 49ers season opener against the Rams per 49ers.com. Solid. Not okay. Solid. So that typically means like he is doing good, but solid doesn't mean that you're okay. Solid kind of means that in that quote, it kind of shows that he's kind of worried on his knee, and he should be because he's had 3 ACL and knee injury issues. But hopefully this, like he said, hopefully this 4-week cushion gives him time to ramp up for this opener against the Rams. So he's probably not going to play both preseason games, which he doesn't need to because I really don't see that. So, but hopefully he can at least get better. But I would want to sign a defensive end right about now. Maybe someone who's also a Bosa, who was from the Buffalo Bills, who was very good. I'm talking about Joey Bosa, by the way. Like, it makes too much sense. Like, at this rate, it's starting to look like it right now. Because Nick Bosa, who's now dealing with tendonitis, ACL tendonitis, actually, it makes too much sense to sign Joey on this team. Like, he's a Bosa, who's brother to Nick Bosa. He can help the pass rush. It's perfect. It just makes too much sense. I mean, sure, the edge room right now, it's like it's okay, but Keon White is injured. You have and after that, you have Michael Williams is probably out. He's probably not gonna play. So you probably have like Romello, Sam Okuwanu, Ogbo Okonro, Xavier Thomas, and Quentin Bell. That's not exactly a good depth in my view. Like, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe Keon White, we'll see if he comes back. But it just doesn't look like very good depth after Mike Kell and Keon White is probably out. I mean, I think Nick Bosa will play, but after him and Romello, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look like good depth after that. So I would want them to sign another defensive end for especially Joey Bosa. So Niners, please sign Joey Bosa, especially for the injuries. As for the 49ers tryouts, DBs, they tried out Bryce Hall, Corey Mayfield, and Troy Pride. I would sign Bryce Hall just because He's from the Jets. He has better stats. So I would rather just stick with him. Along with that, this is also the injury issue with Nate Hobbs, who's going to be out for several weeks, which is unfortunate because they signed those two. They signed him for depth, and he's now injured. Along with Jack Jones too, who's also injured, but I don't think I should be worrying on that. He should come back one of the last two training camps, so I think he's going to be fine. So, and we have Jacob Robinson, who's another cornerback who I think was very good for the 49ers, so I think he could take over also. So, I think he's a very good player, so I think he's going to be fine. But I would sign Bryce Hall on the team. And as for the last thing I want to get into, Vita Vea, the 49ers, Bills, and Bears have checked in on the availability of Buccaneers defensive tackle Vita Vea, per Mike Garafolo. As for right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aren't interested right now, and I don't really understand. I can kind of see why. Maybe it has to deal with Alfred Collins. Maybe it has to deal with Alfred Collins, who just didn't do good. Maybe they wanted to try trading him. I would trade maybe Alfred Collins maybe to the Buccaneers, but at the same time I don't think it would work. As for the Buffalo Bills and the Bears, for their depth chart right now, for the Bills right now, I can kind of see it a little. Maybe trying to trade. I really don't. Well, I can kind of maybe see it. I really don't, though, at the same time, because you have Deon Walker, who was solid, who is a very good player. Zane Durant, you have Dwayne Carter, who is very good. So I really don't see them as a threat. So I don't think the Bills should. I don't think I need to worry about the Bills. As for the Chicago Bears right now, for their team, for their defensive tackles, I can actually see that because you have Grady Jarrett, you have Shamar Stewart, Turner, who's now out for the rest of the season. Grady Jarrett didn't have the best at all, so I could actually see them actually trading it. So I could see the Bears and maybe us now being in the race against the Bears right now because he's a very good player. So I could see it. So I can see it for the 49ers. So the 49ers are racing against the Bears right now. So I think I think they will pull this Vita Vea trade off if Alfred Collins doesn't do good. Because if he doesn't do good, then I think they probably will trade him. But right now, I feel like if they do it after possibly after the preseason, then maybe that's a possible thing. But at the same time, I really don't know because I think they want to give themselves time to see what they can get from their young defensive tackles, and I can see why. So it makes sense to do that, and it just makes too much sense for the 49ers. So I think it makes much more sense for them. But yeah, that is all it for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and what you think on who are your biggest takeaways from that preseason game, and comment down below on what if you guys want to get a Vita Vea on the 49ers. And this is Bay Area Sports Report, signing off.